Good afternoon, DJDS. Welcome back to DJDS Radio. This is your host, Cooper Coughlan, joined by this week's co-host, Jonah Weizenfeld. And for today's episode, we have a very well-known guest. You know, you might see him around pretty often. You may also see he has an office which has a decent amount of Funko Pops in it. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about now. Maybe not. I don't know. But let's welcome Josh Lake to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Coop.
So I want to first hear your story, a little bit about you. What led you to DJDS?
Okay, yeah, that's a great question. So I am a ranch camper. That's kind of where I got my first taste of Colorado, coming from Texas, and I worked at the ranch camp after I was a camper there through high school and college, and then my plan was always to move to Denver. And as I got to the point where I was moving to Denver, a job at the JCC opened up to be their athletic director, and this happened to be at the exact same time when what was then Rocky Mountain Hebrew Academy, current DJDS, moved into the JCC for a few years to occupy the space. So once they moved in, a lot of the kids that went to Ramah were the same kids that I was a counselor for years earlier at the ranch camp. So there was kind of like an immediate sort of symbiotic relationship there, and Mr. Hay and I hit it off immediately and realized that there was an opportunity where I could both still work at the JCC and help out the school's PE program and help Jerry with the athletic program, and that was how I started here.
Nice. How long have you been working here?
This is my 26th year.
And I know a lot of people notice your office. That's, you know, probably the main thing that sticks out.
Right.
When did that sort of come up? When did you start moving them to your office?
So I was promoted and moved into that office in 2009. And about 10 years ago, I decided that I'd started to like decorate it a little bit and was a little kind of in that. But I just decided, you know, I want to do something unique, something that no one I've ever seen has done. And because we were moving into a very digital age, I didn't need textbooks. That's not kind of the function I serve here. So I moved all the books out and moved the toys in.
Nice. You're also involved in esports now, you know, later. What is your role in that?
So I am now the varsity esports head coach, and for our one current team, which is the Mario Kart 8 team, and we're looking to build out the program going into next fall. And you know, for someone like me who has coached basically every physical sport you can imagine, you know, going back to the late 80s, but also being a gamer going back to the late 80s, going even further in the late 70s, I found this incredible relationship between cooperation, communication, and video games all being encapsulated in this new activity that is called esports.
So what does your role as coach kind of look like?
Basically, I think my biggest job function is keeping the team nice and regulated and keeping everyone kind of on even keel. You know, our varsity team, especially like our captain Russ and, you know, assistant captain Joey and Jonah and David, they know so much about the X's and O's of the tracks and the specific loadouts. It's really exciting. My big thing, I think, and I see this as the big crossover between like physical sports and esports, is helping them communicate and kind of seeing, is it making sense? Am I hearing what they're saying clearly? Because the clearer they speak to each other, the more effective they are. It's exactly like, you know, when Solly's taking it down the court and, you know, is working a play with Jackson and Ronan and Evan. If they're not all on the same page and they're not communicating effectively, it won't work. The same exact thing happens with esports.
So what kind of games do you play?
Well, right now we are just playing Mario Kart 8. But we've got a few ideas in the works. There's definitely some interest in some different games that I've talked with different groups of students. And what I'd like to do for next year is have at least one fall varsity team and at least one spring varsity team and possibly build out from there.
So why'd you choose Mario Kart?
Great question. Mario Kart was the one game that, you know, when I sat down with all the kids last year when we decided to go ahead with this program, they all played. And my goal in trying to establish the first game we were going to play was to try to get the most experience for kids that had actually played the game extensively, not just kind of recreationally or once in a while on weekends. And we landed on Mario Kart, and it's been awesome. Last year we made the regionals and almost made it to state. It was a great regional final that we lost to. This year we had some network problems at the beginning of the season, and we had a couple of issues that set us back, but we're in a perfect spot. Tomorrow afternoon, if we win our final regular season match, there's a really good chance for us going back to regionals this year.
How confident are you in that?
I think with our new superstar addition, Aviv Malka, what he has brought to the team is just it's sensational. And I think with him in the lineup tomorrow, I don't want to say I guarantee we win, but I guarantee we win. And Yoshi, for the love of Yoshi, we're going to get this W and we're going to go to regionals.
How did Aviv come to the team?
Wow, what a story, right? This is straight out of DJDS lore. You want to talk about this is great. So Aviv gets drafted to play on the Color War esports team. This was a new event we did for Color War, and basically blew away half of our varsity team that was playing on the other team, won the match for his team. Then we all started talking and realized, well, he's 13 years old, and you only have to be 13 to be a varsity athlete in esports. It's a big difference than in physical sport. And we invited him to come to last week's match. He was amazing. A lot of top 3 finishes in the races he participated in, helped us to a 2-0 shutout win over Arvada High School, and put us in a position to go back to regionals.
Did you also beat Creek? I heard that.
We beat East. We beat East. That's right. We beat East, did not beat Creek.
East, that's crazy. You've done a great job. Sadly, though, I think that's all the time we have for today, and I think we're going to take a quick music break and come back.
All right. Thanks, Coop.
All right. Thank you, Josh. We have... I think we have more. All right, we're back. And Josh said something. Jonah, you're a part of the esports team?
Yeah, I am.
How long?
I have been a part of the esports team since it started, which was last year.
Nice. Why'd you decide to join?
Honestly, at the time, it just felt like a fun idea and like something new to try out. So, and in the end, I ended up having a lot of fun doing it, and so yeah.
Do you think you're gonna make it to state this year?
I'm pretty confident we're gonna make it to state, and I feel like with the players we have on the team right now, the probability of that happening is somewhat high.
That's cool.
Hey, it's Jonah with your What's Trending segment today. The Nintendo Switch 2 is set to launch on June 5th, 2025, starting at $450 with a $500 bundle including Mario Kart World. It features a 7.9-inch 1080p screen, 256 gigabyte storage, and upgraded Joy-Con 2 controllers. Pre-orders open on April 9th, with launch titles including Mario Kart World and enhanced Zelda games.
All right, well, that's all for today. We'll see you next week on DJDS Radio.